welcome to our second episode of Water Wednesdays. I'm Clinton Bailey, City Manager for the City of Fredericksburg. And again, as our Public Works Director mentioned last week during the kickoff episode, this is really intended to be an educational piece for our citizens to learn a little bit more about the city's water situation. So our well levels over the course of the summer have been dropping to levels that we haven't seen since 2011, which was the lowest that we had seen in the history of a lot of these well fields. We've been very hot and dry in Texas. We have been in the bullseye of the drought across the entire state, impacted more than far west Texas, any other region in the state, by the drought. We've been in this situation since January. We went into an increased watering restriction stage in April 1st. We went to stage 4 restrictions, which we cut the watering time allowed per week for residential and commercial irrigation in half. So 4 hours per week, again, depending on the last digit of your address. So really the target reduction going to stage 4 was a 20% reduction in average daily consumption, 40% during peak times. We met that for several months. We're getting a little bit away from that, around the 6 to 8% range this last month, largely because people are really trying to keep their trees alive, other vegetation, shrubs, and things like that. So thank you for your efforts to cut back. It has been noticed. So we've been in this exceptional drought. This has impacted the majority of the Hill Country region. Looking at a lot of other communities in the Hill Country, especially east of Fredericksburg, there are a lot of communities that have gone to no outside watering. There are a lot of communities, in fact 11, that were noted in some correspondence that I received earlier this week. 11 communities across the state of Texas that have less than a 6-month water supply. We are in nowhere near that situation here, although we are asking you to continue to cut back. Regarding the weather, not much has changed since last week. We've had a little bit cooler temperatures. Looking at the short and long-term weather forecast, in the next 2 weeks on the short term, it looks like we're going to see a little bit lower temperatures, no rain in the forecast currently. Long term, we have been in a La Nina, El Nino transition since about March of this year. So we're transitioning from a hotter, drier to a cooler, wetter weather pattern. And the predictions earlier in the year were that we were going to get into this cycle in the September timeframe. Now the prediction is a little bit later in the year, October, November. Although a lot of us feel like we're going to start getting rain in September, it might be just a little bit later. Hopefully those cooler temperatures will continue to give us just a little bit of relief. So thank you again for helping us achieve our water conservation goals. We will continue to do this broadcast every week, hopefully with some good news, better news, coming up in the following weeks. Thank you again for tuning in, and have a great week.